Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. It's really crazy what I will say, but the fact that Lazio lost against Inter or Inter won against Lazio is actually good for Juventus. It's really strange, These are the things that usually never happen on this channel, saying that the win of Inter is actually good for Juventus. Extremely strange to say it. It hurts me to say it, it pains me to say it, but that's the reality. This is the reality. I just finished watching Lazio Inter and I want to speak about it. Not that much to analyze the game Lazio Inter. Who cares about Inter or Lazio? But actually comparing a bit with the quality that Inter they have and what we are missing. If we want to become again a big team, this is one of the qualities that I'm asking. So I'm asking you, if you didn't yet put a maximum of like, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We just hit again 35,000 and now 1 subscriber. So we went through it. I'm extremely happy about that. But I'm of course not happy in a way that Inter won. They won 6-0. They demolished, they destroyed Lazio. And it's really strange if you watch the entire game. If you will watch the highlights, probably you will say, mamma mia, Inter. But if you watch the entire game, probably at the 30th minute, if I would have asked you who deserved to win that game, you will all tell me Lazio. Because Lazio in the first 30-35 minutes, they play well. They are convinced, they are playing at home, they are doing really beautifully, they miss some chances, they try to go up front, they are absolutely not scared, they do everything they can to go and to keep that momentum because they are in a really beautiful momentum with 31 points in Serie A. In the Cups they are doing also quite well. They have a new coach where the tactics, the ideas are immediately absorbed by the team and they are putting it. I told you it's one of the most informed teams in Serie A. And they believe in it, and they do it without fear. And then you have that thing that is changing the game. A change quite early into the game at the 28th minute, Gila that goes out for Gigot. And there you see that the game starts to change because 10 minutes later you have an Inter that until that moment is not deserving to win. Strange thing into the box. First, the goal has been cancelled, then they review it at VAR. The arm was touched, correct to give a penalty. They receive it. They receive that penalty. They score it with Calhanoglu. This time he didn't miss. And that's the big difference with Juve. Here we are at the moment where I will tell you the difference with Juve. The big, huge difference with Juve is Inter, that for 35 minutes of the game, they don't deserve to be there up front, leading 1-0, well, they understand the moment. They know that that moment is key for the game. And they capitalize on it. Not only they just score that 1-0 at the 39th minute where they say, you know what, let's now manage. Because actually, Lazio is informed. Lazio, they have energy. Lazio believe in it. No, they understand that these few seconds between that first goal and the end of the first half is the moment where Lazio, they will doubt. They will ask themselves, did we do good? Did we do enough or not? They know that this is the moment where Lazio, they don't know what to do. Do we keep that 1-0 and we'll attack again in that second half? Or should we go immediately to do that 1-1? Well, that's the moment where Inter, they push. Immediately. Fantastic, beautiful cross that is going to Di Marco with another extremely beautiful goal. It starts to be really a copyright of Di Marco. Coming from that left side, boom, with a shot on the ground, beautiful goal. And they go with the 2-0. And that's the difference with Juve. There, in 4 minutes, against the odds of the game, against the narrative of the game, they are able to kill the game, to destroy the game, to close the game before half-time. I already told you, it's not the first time I told you. This is something that I will never say that I'm jealous of Inter, that I want to be like Inter, because I don't want. Never I will say that. But if there is one thing that I want to take from Inter, it's not a single player. It's not the coach. It's that thing. To be able to close the game when it matters, when you have the opportunity. That's what they did at a certain moment, 5-0 before a Champions League game, if I'm not wrong, against Verona. Then there was another game, they closed it with 3-0 at half-time. They have that ability to close the game extremely early. When they have the opportunity, boom, boom, boom. Juventus against Venezia, we scored that first goal. Juventus is not playing calcio champagne, but we are playing, we are there, we deserve to lead the goal. Even if it's coming from a set piece with Federico Gatti, we try for a few minutes, we have that opportunity with Dusan Vlahovic, Kenan Yıldız, do you remember, at the 23rd? That's the moment to kill the game. And we don't. And we don't. And we leave that game open like that until half time. And then we come back. We score immediately that goal with Calhanoglu, correctly disallowed. And then we disappear again until they score not only one, but two goals. And then you know how it finished. Then we are obliged to push, to push, to push, to push. You know what is the consequence of Inter closing and killing the game extremely early in the game? That after that they start to manage. They start to manage the result, the moments. They don't put the same intensity anymore. They have the opportunity to rotate, to put some players in like Carlos Augusto, like Aslani, like Zielinski. And who do they put out? Well, they put Bastoni, Calhanoglu, then Barella went out for an injury problem. But you see the opportunity that they have to put Di Marco out, to let these players, these important players, rest, avoiding injuries, making sure that these players, they rest, they don't play 90 minutes. What do? We are obliged to insist until the 95th minute to recuperate a game against Venezia, a game against Bologna, a game against this. And we put our energies for 95 minutes, which is absolutely not okay. This is the huge difference today. This is the huge difference why Inter at the moment is there at 34 points with one game in hand. So if they win that game against Fiorentina, they will be co-leader with Atalanta at 37, 1 point, not 2 points more than Napoli, that is at 35 because they lost against Lazio. And Juventus, that is at the moment 6th at 28. I tell you, it's good that Inter won today. It's good because we are at, if they win their game in hand, we are at 9 points from Atalanta Inter. We are at 7 points from Napoli. And these are the three teams that I told you a few weeks ago. These are the three teams that are already in that top 4 direct qualification for Champions League. Then you have one spot that will be played between Fiorentina, Lazio, and another one. Will it be Juventus? Will it be Bologna? Will it be Milan? Well, luckily Milan is also them in a disaster situation. I don't want to say worse than Juve, better than Juve. They have one game in hand. They can possibly go at 26, which will be 2 points less than Juve. Going over Bologna at 25, a Bologna that is starting to play extremely well also under Italiano. So we need to pay attention in the back, Bologna, Milan, and trying to recuperate on Lazio and Fiorentina. If we want that top 4, it's not gone, it's not over, much better, because if Lazio won today, would have been really, really difficult also, that top 4. In a way, it's better. Better like that. Unfortunately, I want to repeat, because far from me saying that I'm happy that Inter won, but the reality is that. So if we want to grow, we must immediately, when we have the opportunity, closing the game. That is with Dusan Vlahovic, with Calhanoglu, with Koopmeiners, with the entire team, with whoever. I don't care. But we need to. And we had the opportunity this year, and we missed them a lot of time, closing the game, keeping that game extremely open. And then you're obliged to play. Because otherwise, if we had that opportunity to do, we would have no problem in letting a Rui play and gaining experience. A Nadzic would have played a bit earlier, because he came back since, I believe, 3 games now. We didn't see him because we don't have the opportunity to launch him, to play him. There are some players like Diego Pugno, who did we call up? Panuco, we called up, Montero. These players that we were obliged to call up from the Primavera, from the next gen, Owuzu. Well, we didn't play them because we don't kill the games too early. We don't. We never. And that's a problem. I repeat myself too much, so I will close that video. I hope you enjoyed it. The big difference is there. Closing the games. Dai ragazzi, put a maximum of like. Don't forget to subscribe. Grazie, forza. Juve.